Ever wonder why some people just seem to get richer while they're fast asleep? Well, let's dive right into this because I can promise you, it's not because they're working 24 hours a day. And honestly, they aren't necessarily earning millions at their day jobs either. The real secret? They've made a fundamental shift in how they view wealth. They completely stopped trading all their time for cash, and they've learned the absolutely vital concept of making their money work for them. Just look at the stark contrast in these two mindsets. You've got person A, who is basically stuck on a relentless hamster wheel. They earn money, spend most of it on stuff they probably don't even need, and then run frantically just to keep up. It's an exhausting, constant chase for active income. But then you have person B. Now, person B is building a wall, brick by brick. They earn money, intentionally keep a portion of it, and use that surplus to buy or build assets. They aren't chasing anything. They're calmly and methodically constructing a system that's going to eventually generate money all on its own. Welcome to today's Explainer. We are digging right into our core focus, why habits absolutely crush quick gains. Today, we're going to explore the reality behind lasting wealth creation and why seemingly unsexy, consistent routines are the true engine of financial power. Because let's face it, chasing overnight riches, that usually just leaves you right back where you started. Here's our roadmap for the journey today. We'll cover making money work for you, building a financial surplus, the magic of compounding, avoiding those nasty quick gain traps, and we'll wrap it all up with a really simple, actionable wealth system. Let's jump in. Starting off with Section 1, Money Working for You, where we'll focus on finally breaking that exhausting time for money trap. So what does making your money make money actually mean in the real world? It means shifting your reliance away from active income, where you work an hour, then get paid for an hour, over to capital-based income. This is where you use your existing money to potentially generate even more income or growth, all without you having to exchange another hour of your precious time. Your ultimate goal here is literally to buy back your own time by putting your capital to work in productive assets. We're talking things like bonds, diversified funds, businesses, or real estate. Moving right along to Step 2, building a financial surplus. Think of this as the absolute raw material of your wealth. You constantly hear the advice to invest your money, right? But so many people completely ignore the most basic requirement, actually having money left over at the end of the month. You absolutely must create a mathematical gap between your income and your expenses. Without that surplus, there's literally no capital to put to work. So once you have that surplus dripping into your bucket, where exactly does it go? First, you build a shield, an emergency fund for unexpected needs so you aren't forced to panic sell investments at a bad time. Second, and honestly this is a massive step people skip, invest in your own brain. Spending part of your surplus on learning a high-return skill like communication, coding, or sales, that can dramatically increase your future income. And finally, you allocate what's left to long-term diversified investments. All right, Section 3 brings us to the magic of compounding. This is the mathematical engine that proves exactly why daily habits ultimately win out. Let's keep the math super simple here. Imagine, just purely as a hypothetical example, you invest 10,000 rupees and it grows by 10% in 1 year. Okay, you now have 11,000 rupees. But the real magic, that kicks in the following year. If the next year's 10% growth is calculated on 11,000, you earn 1,100 rupees, rather than just the original 1,000. Suddenly, your growth is actually participating in future growth. That, my friends, is compounding, and it is a total game changer. It's literally a snowball effect. At the very beginning, progress looks incredibly slow. It's just your principal sitting there in year 1. In year 2, okay, you get a little bump. But by year 3 and well beyond, that compounded return starts gathering massive momentum. People constantly underestimate long-term compounding because they look at their account after year 1 and think, well, nothing happened. But wealth building isn't about 1 year. It's about years and decades of unshakable consistency. And this is exactly why early habits beat frantic catching up every single time. Just look at these two different approaches. Person A starts a tiny habit of investing just 2,000 rupees a month at age 20. Person B waits until they're 35, but then tries to catch up by investing a massive 10,000 rupees every month. Even though person B is throwing way more capital in each month, person A has an overwhelming mathematical advantage simply because they gave it more time. Time, consistency, and reinvestment are the secret sauce here. Time really is the ultimate multiplier. Which leads us perfectly into Section 4, avoiding quick gain traps.
Because once you know how to build capital, you gotta know how to protect it from the illusion of easy wealth.
Please, whatever you do, do not confuse investing with gambling. Social media absolutely loves to sell you on the lie of overnight riches. Some guy promising a guaranteed 2x return in 30 days with supposedly zero risk. Let me be crystal clear based on our sources. That is a complete illusion. Real investing, the habit-based approach we're talking about, involves buying assets with a reasoned expectation of future value, stretching over decades, all while acknowledging and actively managing uncertainty. If someone in your feed is promising you guaranteed overnight profits without risk, yeah, you aren't investing, you're just gambling at a slot machine. Oh, and here is another incredibly common trap: lifestyle inflation. Imagine your income finally increases. Yay! But what do? If you immediately upgrade your phone, buy more expensive clothes, add a bunch of new subscriptions, and inflate your lifestyle to eat up that entire new slice of income, well, your financial position barely improved at all. Your income went up, sure, but your true wealth stayed exactly the same. Instead, you've got to carefully divide that new money. Enjoy it, absolutely. Dedicate a portion to better living, but ensure a solid chunk goes straight into increased savings and investing rather than letting every single income bump disappear into unnecessary new expenses. All right, we've arrived at our final framework, a simple wealth system where we embrace the sheer power of being boring.
Before you can build the system, you really have to know where you are. There are 4 stages of building wealth, and it is so vital that you don't compare your stage 1 to some influencer's stage 4. We all start at survival, just trying to cover our basic living expenses. Then, as you create a surplus, you move to stability, building those emergency savings and getting debt under control. From there, you finally reach growth, where your income is increasing and you're investing consistently. And lastly, you hit financial freedom, where your assets and income sources give you massive flexibility. Your only goal right now is just to progress to your next stage. And here is the actionable loop to help you crush those stages. Step 1, increase your income by learning valuable skills. Step 2, control those expenses. Step 3, build an emergency reserve. Step 4, eliminate any high-cost debt. Step 5, start investing using suitable, diversified investments. Step 6, reinvest your returns instead of cashing them out. And Step 7, increase your contributions as your income grows. Now notice what's totally missing from this loop. There is no find a magical meme stock step. The secret isn't a trick. It's literally just executing these practical, unsexy steps consistently over time. Let's be brutally honest here. Real wealth is boring. Saving, learning, working, investing, waiting, and repeating. I know, that is not exactly exciting material for a viral video, but kind of like the tortoise inching its way up the hill, you should proudly reframe boring as your absolute greatest advantage. While everyone else is shattering their capital on the slot machine of short-term trends or panicking every time the market moves, you have a sensible plan. You're just letting time and disciplined habits do all the heavy lifting. And that brings us to this phenomenal quote from our source material. Real wealth usually looks boring, but boring can be powerful. Man, let that sink in for a second. You don't need a secret investment strategy. You don't need to perfectly predict the future of the market. You just need a system. Because discipline, patience, and a long time horizon will absolutely always beat the illusion of quick money. Your cash flow and your habits, those are your ultimate wealth builders. So I want to leave you with this provocative question to ponder today. What will your money do for you tomorrow? Look, the ultimate goal isn't just to have a high score in a bank account app. It's to build a financial life where every single rupee has a job, giving you way more choices and control over your own time. Stop working for every single rupee and start acting like the CEO of your own capital. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I challenge you to start building your boring yet incredibly powerful wealth system today.